is Hugo from Ichiban Painting, and today I'll be doing a tutorial or show you guys two ways of painting a tank if you're using an airbrush. So it's part of my airbrushing technique series that I'm working on. So basically the first thing that I want to talk about is a technique that I won't be using today, but I just want to talk about it, and one day maybe if I do another commission, because right now the tanks that I'm working on are using the technique I'm going to showcase to you right now. It's not using the other technique, so I won't be able to show it to you guys right now. But there's two ways of making a tank or painting a tank. There's the way that I'm going to be using today, so that one I'm going to talk about it when I'm going to be doing. And the second way is what we call pre-shading. Okay, pre-shading, basically what it is that once you're going to be painting your tank, you're going to use a lighter color like gray or a white to paint your vehicle or your tank that you're going to be doing, and then you're going to pre-shade it. So using black paint and your airbrush, what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to shoot all the contours of everything. And actually for a tank that I'm doing right now, since there's so many details and so many things that have been modified on this tank right now, it's not a technique that would actually be optimum. But pre-shading is basically that. So here on the exhaust fans, but you would paint them black, and you would paint the contours of, you know, the turrets black. You would paint the fans here black, and with using the airbrush you would paint all the recesses area black and leave the rest the gray or white depending on which one you use. Then after that, what you would do is that once you're done doing this, you would spray your main color. So between the difference between black and the main color, the gray, which is neutral, then you would have some areas that would be darker. That's the pre-shading method. I'll be showing it to you in a video later when I do a model using this technique. What I'm going to be using right now is straight up shading, manual shading with the airbrush. So basically what I'm going to be doing now, we have black primer, the whole miniature, the whole tank is painted black primer, and we're going to start in with this is going to be ultramarine, so we're going to start in with two colors. The first color is going to be night blue, and we're going to spray the whole model night blue. So basically the first step in this technique, I'm not going to show it to you too long, it's really easy. Basically what you want to do is shoot your old model night blue, or depending on what color scheme you want to do, you want to shoot your model with a darker color than what your primary color is going to be. So in this case the primary color is going to be ultramarine blue, so I want to go in and shoot the model with the night blue, which is a darker color. And with the black background, actually the night blue is going to come out like you can see right now. It comes out like a purple, really dark purple. So, and it does really a good, nice transition. So you want to spray the whole model really thoroughly on the areas, of course, that are going to be painted blue, which in this case is going to be everything except the tracks. So you just want to, you know, paint the whole model so it's not, you know, really complicated at all. So what I'll do is I'll finish painting the model, then I'll go to the next step because this is really easy. Okay, so here's the second part, the part where you're going to take your ultramarine blue and that you're going to make your own mix. Okay, so really easy. You do need to be careful when you're doing this technique, but what you're going to do is you're going to take your vehicle and you're gonna spray your main color, which is your lighter color, and you're gonna spray it on top of the model. So you want to cover the whole model with this, but spraying it at, you know, like right now I'm spraying it dead on from the top. Okay, so that's the first part of it. You're gonna spray all the area from the top, and that's it. So you want to spray it thoroughly. For the top layer, you do want to spray it like all of it, and don't worry about the paint or anything. It's gonna create its own shadow by itself once you're spraying it from the top. I like using this technique. It does create really nice shadows and effects. So spray it dead on center. So it's really not a complicated technique or anything difficult. It's just a question of being more patient and more precise with your thing. So then once you sprayed everything from the top, you want to take your model and put it at an angle and do the same thing on the side. So you want to hit the edge of the model and spray the side of it. So basically you see it now, that creates a transition from the ultramarine blue all the way to the darker blue. And the way you do this technique is that you actually work it out to where you want it to be, how you want it to be. And then once you see, now it's a pretty drastic transition from the ultramarine blue to the dark midnight dark blue. So what you want to do is spray it now, go on the side, and you need to be very precise with this, but you want to just spray it lightly, so this area is really light, so the concentration of paint of the ultramarine blue is on top, but you want to have it here, just a little bit of ultramarine blue hitting it, so it's not just too dark as a color. And you want to keep doing it on top, so the top part is really, you know, a really pure ultramarine blue. So these area here are going to be darker, as you can see, but the rest is going to be pure ultramarine blue on top also. So basically that's the technique I use when I do my vehicles, is I spray the top of the vehicles a lot, and then I build a transition from the side using my my main color. So I hope you guys like it. I'll finish this model, and depending, I'll try to post pictures of this model when I'm done on the video. See you!